Saturday morning, folks. Looks good from here. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Come on, man. Clean show, rated PG. All right. Thank you, folks, first of all, for coming in and hitting the like button, share button, and subscribing. I appreciate that. I'm all geared up. I got my coffee, new coffee with the Keurig. No more grinds in my. Really didn't want to do a political show, but I was noticing how they are censoring the comedians now that can't even make fun and jest about the government in America. I was watching Adam Carolla on Tucker or somebody, Tucker Carlson, and that's how sketchy. I got to put that in the thumbnail. That they were going, like the sheriffs and the mayors of these cities were sending the Gestapo out to apprehend and shut these venues down. This is America we live in. This is America. So the Democrats, when you want to go out on a Friday night and have a dinner and a couple of drinks and a comedian, then you're seeing these tactics. They're Antifa tactics. Okay? That happens in the Democratic states. Sorry if I got disconnected. But go to a free state, which just happens to be run by Republicans. I'm not from either party, a Democrat or a Republican, but maybe it's just a coincidence that it seems like the people that are thinking logically and the basic rights of freedom of speech are being violated in Democrat-run states. I'd have to say the Democrats and their thinking and their platforms and their officials and their politicians are failing from the bottom all the way up to the presidency. It is what it is. I think they're all. Good morning, Joe. Thanks for joining. I think they all have their agendas, and we did the look. If you go back and check out, it's a boring but interesting video about the KGB defector that came to America and brought that theory, that communist theory, and implemented that theory of ideological subversion, where they conform and brainwash your mind all the way through college, academia, and everything else. And they really tried to put it in 10th gear because they got Joe Biden as president and the whole country's gone crazy. So they thought, and then they tried to change the curriculum and everything. They went overboard. They went overboard. And we'll see if that's reflected in the 2024 elections. Donald Trump announced that he was going to run for the presidency. He's going to run to be, see if he could be the Republican candidate. Boom, here comes Mar-a-Lago, the DOJ, Department of Justice. I mean, come on. You got Hunter Biden, they're spies and criminals and thieves, and Joe Biden. They've been doing it for 50 years. There's no hearings. There's no nothing. The DOJ. And here's this Merrick Garland out of the, this stuff never ends. Crazy, some might say. Crazy. The football. Let's see see what the football lines are. I'm going to do maybe an extended show here because it's Saturday. We still got more snow overnight, but at least it's manageable. So we'll be all right on that count. Lights, camera, action. We want action. I want to live. Action. I got so much to give. Go get a cup of coffee. Come join me. Get me out of my straitjacket. Hey, thank you for subscribing. We're up to 275. We were up to 275. Somebody said, I don't like a cup of JoJo, and they unsubscribed. How about this? Take a walk. Take a walk. Unsubscribe. Go get lost. Get lost. Go to the Brittany Griner channel and send her some quilts and some comforters and some word searches and some crossword puzzles. They say it gets cold in Siberia this time of year. I'm just guessing. Ta-da. I'll shred you all. I'll shred you. I'll shred you, brainwashers. You're brainwashed. Good morning, Deb. I'm coming in live on a huge TV. And yes, I've made it. I'm on the big screen, folks. That's how we do it. Our family rules too. Because we are the kings and queens. And there's the queen right there. And the grandfather. And yeah. That's how we do it over here, folks. And then I have my good people come in here and join me. That's why you guys always see me laughing everywhere. Yeah, I'm having fun. We're rising up. You know, we could talk about them Democrats, the Democrats, and the Republicans, and it'll make you nuts. Go vote. This Donald Trump's getting investigated. You know, okay, that's food for thought. But then we have outside life, you know. They ain't going to affect me one way or another. Donald Trump or Joe Biden isn't going to affect me. If gas goes up, which I hope it goes up to $15 a gallon, because I want them people that voted for the Democrats to pay. So, but outside of that, keep that political stuff. I rock and roll. I have a big party, free party every day with my people here. So get down, Deb. There ain't no fear in my game. There ain't no share in my game. And I'm up to 275, Deb. I made the big screen. I'll tell you one thing. I'm better than them clowns on I do a show. My show's better. And I do it with bad lighting, connection problems, everything else. You know why? Because some say I'm likable, some say I'm relatable, some say I'm very intelligent, some say I'm a little goofy, some say this, but I'll be anything you want, but don't call me late. Old corniness, all right? So the NFL lines, well, I'm proud to call you my sister, and you tell it like it is, because that's how we were raised. We don't candy coat. We can't be bought and sold out for bull crap. We were molded by the right patriarchs and matriarchs. And there's your little baby over there, and there's my baby, and there's mama looking like Marilyn Monroe. This is my show, folks. I am not even going to do the football lines. I am not even going to do the football lines. That's all. So that ideological subversion, that's how they try to brainwash people's minds into, so they'll accept being controlled and subversed, and the power could gain more power. And they do it generationally. They do it through school system. They do it through media. Do people watch commercials? And I did a video on, is that the true representation and demographics? Why are billionaire corporations, retail and everything else, food, missing the demographic on purpose? Why? Why would they waste money like that? Because they're corporate billionaires and they don't care and they're trying to skew your perceptions? That everything's la-di-da, and a comedian that might speak about current political issues is blackballed and he can't go and do his show? Freedom of speech? Yeah, they were very worried about freedom of speech because people have a lot to talk about during the last couple of years. No kidding. But they think they can just use their power to keep things their way. It will change in 2024. The minute Donald Trump announces that he's going to be a candidate, boom, Mar-a-Lago. Here they come again. Merrick Garland, the Department of Justice. Here they come again. It's like you got a recorder. It's rewind and play. The DOJ is investigating Donald Trump once again for the Mar-a-Lago. Boom, rewind, play. The DOJ is investigating. Wow. These Republicans and Democrats, they're playing people like puppets. The American citizens, they're stupefied and entertained and dumbed down since the beginning of our country. And they're the suckers that are approving and voting and cheering these people into office. That's why I say starve and rot. Freeze if you can't afford your heating bill. And you're saying people that voted for these leaders, you're supporting your oppressor. It's like the Stockholm syndrome, where your mind becomes so subverted that you actually, if a woman got kidnapped by Charles Manson, after 1 year, she would be in love with him. Well, now 2 years, well, that can't even really be applied to the Biden administration because they don't let all the variables be regular variables. They just twist everything up. And it's just like, well, this is just totalitarianism, Marxist communist tactics, right down to comedians not be able to go on their venues to do their shows because the mayor or governor don't like it because they might talk about those said people. In America, 2022, that's happening. So go back out and vote Democratic, folks. I got some swampland for you. We got a ton of swampland for all you folks that believe in all that stuff. All that hocus pocus. We got a lot. But while you're buying the land, go get yourself a cup of coffee. Go get yourself a water, orange juice, a shot of whiskey. Because some people are really hitting that alcohol during these crazy times in America and drugs. And it's, put that bottle down. All you need is a cup of JoJo. You don't need a cup of whiskey. Good one, JoJo. Hey, thank you, producer. So thank you, everybody that comes in on purpose, by accident, and everything else to my show. I talk about a lot of different stuff. Excuse me. And I also do the spiritual calling at the end because I like to rise people up. People are suffering from depression. People are suffering from addictions. They're suffering from maladaptive behaviors. And it's prevalent more than ever now in our country. Geez, I wonder why. Take 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count, and you'll know the answer. All right. So I do my show with limited resources, and we get it done. We're up to 275, and we're moving on up to the top. We're moving up like the Jeffersons. Come on, George and Wheezy. Come on. Come on, what you come on. I'm telling it. I'm telling it. I'm trying to tell it. And Mike Francis and Sammy the Bull. Mike Francis is swayed for the if you don't know, Mike Francis was a boss in the mafia and everything, quote unquote, but he's a thinker, and he's not happy with the way the Democrats and the president are running things. Sammy the Bull is kind of the guy that really is not political. Sammy the Bull Gravano. Those were gangsters for the viewers that don't know those names. They might not be recognizable names, but whether it's Mike Francis or Sammy the Bull or Mark the Mailman or anybody else, if you knocked on everybody's door and you'd say, are you happy with the way this country is going? Well, they did. 75 to 80% of the people, random people, said no. Even the Democrats said, no, we're not happy. Then how on election day do they still get voted in? Something's wrong in Berlin. And then Arizona and Nevada, all of a sudden they can't count. How do you not count votes? Florida, which is a free state, can count 10 million votes in 3 hours. How come Florida and Nevada, there's always a bump in the road? And then the election commissioner got up there, and you could just see in his speech and his posture and everything else, I wouldn't buy a candy bar off the guy. The embedded corruption within the voting process in our country, because they want to maintain these leaders that are Marxist leaders, changing the complexion of our country. And when they fear losing power, so what do? They try to take your constitutional rights away from you. Number one being freedom of speech. I don't want to go any further there because I don't want to lose my freedom of speech here. Thank you, moderator, for letting me do my show, because I don't want to jeopardize my channel, because I could talk about other things. So that's fine and dandy. I don't know what else I'm going to talk about. They're plowing again. We got whacked here in Western New York. We got hit again where I live. Another foot of snow. They're out there plowing as we speak. I should go bring him a hot cup of coffee, but I won't. Let him do his work. Debbie would. She'd bring him. She'd go out there. She likes helping people. Yep, she likes helping people. We all do. We were raised good. It's nice to be nice, but we get aggy, we get pissed off because there's so much nonsense and craziness going around. You have to temper the emotions, which is hard to do. At times, but yeah. You're welcome. You are very welcome. So, let's see. I do these shows I fly by the seat of my pants, but I go along. It's Saturday morning. A lot of people aren't going to be watching this live right now, but by later on, I always want to get something in. The subscribers are rising. The view numbers are going up, and I just had fun. I didn't think I could get 5. It's hard to get 5 subscribers on YouTube if you were in it for a year. 97% of startup YouTube channels can't get 3 subscribers outside of their family members to subscribe to their channels. So if you think it's easy, it's not. A cup of JoJo, make it look easy because I'm honest, and I'm natural, and I'm relatable. Rumor has it that I'm likable and immature. Psychopath. And Deb, everybody likes the old time gangster stories. They liked the gangster stories when I was running around years ago, when probably you guys didn't know what I was doing or what I was up to. But you guys, you've seen Mike before at the track, I believe. And things that went on. You saw him. I try to keep it hush. Yeah, I was college educated. I was trying to sell steel. Honestly, legitimately. But then it just got intertwined into crime families and a bunch of craziness. Thus, I wrote a memoir. Called They Dead Mist. It's available on Amazon Books. I give it away because there's spiritual lessons at the end of every chapter. I am the greatest writer on the planet. The greatest writer that nobody knows. I'm darn right. And numbers are numbers. Numbers are numbers, but yeah, I mean, you still got to be confident. I'm for the underdog. We were raised to be for the underdog. People are struggling. You try to help out. We don't have a lot of resources, and we still try to help out. Yeah. So that's how we do it. How do you handle a gambling man? A mad gambler. That casino and gambling is a roller coaster that'll have your mind whacked out. As with drug addiction, I was rocking and rolling on drugs, knowing, geez, you know that's screwed up, JoJo, because I talked to myself. JoJo, you know that's screwed up. You're doing drugs, and it's not good. You should clean your act up. But as with any maladaptive behaviors or addictive behaviors, you get melted into that behavior, and then you accept it and you just continue it, and you know sometimes it's it's harming your everyday life. When you're broke and you can't pay your bills, then it's harming, but then people continue to do it. And well, I don't want to sit home and look at the walls all day. I want to get out and socialize and see people. And then I got to hit that machine button. And it's like, well, that could be very costly. Well, you're only going to play 18 cents a spin, JoJo. What, you can't get hurt. Yeah. And then you get hypnotized. And then you're playing $1.76 a spin. And them 20s and $100 bills add up real fast, my dear friends. And then when you're walking out to your car after you leave the casino, you're going, what the hell just happened? Where's my socks? They took my socks too. So, as within in politics, they're brainwashing the people so they can retain power, in a nutshell. But do the things, you know. Hey, Mario, how you doing, sir? I'm trying to put together a little show here. I appreciate your support. The great Mr. Mario Mendez. A lot of my subscribers got great names. That's like starring, the guy's like, that's like a actor's name. Mario Mendez playing the lead man with Sophia Loren, Lauren Bacall. I'm just JoJo. Hey, Fred. Even Nichols will get you. Yeah. Ooh, boy. Yeah, them slot machines. Holy cow. But I run into people. Yeah, good morning, pal. Good man in society. Good man in society. Love and compassion, that's the money that can get you to another realm when we leave this world. Many cultures and religions have different concepts about what happens after we die, but there's one common denominator. And you can get that here from a cup of JoJo because I took a little sneak peek on the other side. Love and compassion, and try not to be judgmental the way we were taught by our great elders. When they open the books, well, how would they know about each person and what they did in their life? All that information is stored in your heart. That's the data card. Now, I should be charging you folks for this information. I had a bad week. Go out and buy the book, They Dead Missed, You Communistic Chiselers. It's on Amazon. There's a link. Go search it out. I'm not going to be eating bologna sandwiches over here every day. Just kidding. My creator gives me everything I need every day. Every day. I've been leaning on that creator a lot. When you're a gambler, it's like, haven't you learned your lesson yet, you knucklehead? No, I haven't. No. I switched from drugs, to slot or gambling. So that's an addictive behavior, but at least you can't overdose on slot machines and gambling, betting, football, and all that. You could go bankrupt, but at least you won't overdose because that fentanyl and all that bullshit they got going on right now that our leader is letting come in truckloads over the border, thousands of people overdosing every day. That's not on the news. Why? Oh, that's not relevant. That's not important. Oh, okay. I forgot to move my car, and the plow truck appears to be shoveling me in, but we can get around it. It's all right, bro. Life is a gamble itself. That's right. We can't get wrapped up so much. Mario, you got a good perspective and a good outlook on stuff because laughter and love and compassion is free. Rock it out, Deb. And I knew very, very wealthy people. And I was in the streets doing crazy things. And I knew homeless people. And sometimes I would just get done interacting with a very wealthy friend of mine. And then 10 minutes later, I'm in the jungle, in the streets, looking for drugs. And sometimes I'd help some homeless guys out. And they had a happy demeanor. And it would boggle. Like, they were content with nothing. And the wealthy was just pissed off and aggy and angry. Like, what's going on here? Wow, what? A lot of times, but there's wealthy friends I have that like to laugh and have fun and do ba 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 and everything else. That's cool. But it seemed like for a psychological profile, if it was a psychological study that I performed by accident, it's like, geez, we're all going to live, we're all going to die. What if there is some other realm of reality? What are the keys to get in that door? In all cultures and beliefs and religious and religiosity, if that's a word. It all boils down to love and compassion. Well, how could those creator gods keep track of each person's behavior? There's a billion people. It's recorded in your heart. That's the data card. It might sound crazy. It might not sound crazy. But I took a little trip over there for an hour and a half. And we're not going to, some of it's in my book, they dead missed. But I was given a second chance. So this is all gravy. Whether I got 1,000 in my pocket or $1, I enjoy and laugh and whatever. I don't care if I make a score or not. Yes, money does come in handy, but it's not going to change my everyday behavior. I like to laugh and I like to share a good word. I would like to believe that the creation brought me back to try to share a good word. People are suffering from a lot of stuff in their lives. They're going through a lot of trials and tribulations. They're going through a lot of trials. And you got to try to raise people up. We're just not robotic people, consumers, bouncing off each other and things like that. No. There's more than meets the eye. So this is the Saturday show. I appreciate everybody coming in here and helping me out. And Mario, good people. That's support. That's support. That's like compassion. That's money. That's money. It's just not currency with dollar bills. There's other money in this world. And having a good heart and goodwill and stuff like that, that's money. And if that's what you naturally do, maybe when we leave this reality, we can enter and maybe we might qualify for another world. However, that concept is defined in your mind from growing up and what your beliefs are. I'm not going to try to impose a certain denomination or a certain down your throat. There's many religions, but you'd like to believe that what all those different religions on the planet Earth, what is their core message? Well, if their core message isn't love and compassion, then that's the wrong side. That's the wrong side. Sometimes life gets moving so fast and so crazy, and our mind gets caught up, and then we're like, oh, I'm pissed off for all these things I don't have. Oh, Creator, why don't I have all these things that I should have? And the Creator says, listen, you're blessed for the things that you do have. So don't get it twisted, JoJo, and your little channel, A Cup of JoJo. The Creator addresses me as, don't get it twisted, A Cup of JoJo. Oh, I'm a cup of JoJo? Yeah. You better be happy for what you got, A Cup of JoJo. And don't come crying to me about the things you don't have. I gave you life again. You were dead like a squirrel in the street. So I can't be crazy and be an ingrate because, oh, geez, I lost some money today gambling. Thank you for making me be alive so I could gamble and lose my money. You got to be alive to lose money, obviously. So I was dead. I was brought back to life by the angels. So it's all gravy. It beats being dead in the freaking ground. So don't get it twisted, A Cup of JoJo. And be an ingrate. Number one, you should be happy that you got breath in your ass. And anything after that is a bonus, whether you got $1 or 1,000. So I have to get my mindset straight and say, Thank you, Creator, for number one, I woke up. Number two, you just gave me 18 miracles through my life. Number three, if I win or lose, at least I'm alive to win or lose. But you get focused on money and other types of things and possessions and physical things, physical possessions, and then your mind gets twisted and it's just like, no, I want more. I want thousands of dollars. I want a nice house and I want a new car. Guilty as charged, but not all the time. I got to wake up and see logic and reason. So that's that. You know, be happy. And if you feel that you're trying to rise up and you need money, you need things, you got a family, you got children, connect it to, excuse me, connect to some creation. It's the power of a creator. Connect, have a relationship. Start a relationship. Well, you can't just walk up to a girl that looks pretty and start kissing her. No, you got to have a relationship and see if she wants to go on a date. And she could say yes or no. But nonetheless, you have to be in relation to that creator, whatever that's whoever and whomever that is defined as. You have to start